This is the Two Scrappy Chicks podcast, where life is messy, the stories are real, and we dare to talk about it anyway. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you decided to join me here again today. We are once again delving into one of the biggest hypocrisies in dating, relationships, and society. And I'm calling this episode The Double Standard of Desire, which, of course, centers around, drumroll please, women's weight in their physical appearance, because it seems like there are just far, far too many men out there who are oh so eager, proud even, to publicly scrutinize and criticize women who they feel and deem do not meet certain physical standards. And men will say they have a right to say this because they have preferences. Well, women have preferences too. And shouldn't those lofty standards that you men set on women also apply to you? And it's very amazing to me just how quickly the mood shifts when the conversation changes depending on whose body we're talking about. I mean, when it's a woman's body. Weight matters, breast size matters, age, hair, skin, stretch marks, cellulite. But the moment the conversation shifts to men's bodies, all of a sudden size doesn't matter. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, guys will actually say that size doesn't matter. It's really personality that matters most. Really? Sure about that? Well, that's super interesting because just a second ago, you were talking about women's bodies' size, their weight, and that's at the very top of your little preferences list. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. I almost agree with you on the size thing. You know where I'm going with this, right? Well, go ahead. Follow along. Gets better. Got newsflash for you guys. Size does matter. It matters a lot. And women talk, we compare, we have preferences too. We're entitled to our preferences. But unlike men, we don't normally take it to social media and post a man's picture and tell the world about how he's lacking or how he's stacking. But hey, maybe women should start doing that. I mean, because, men are just far too comfortable putting women down, especially women they don't even know. Now, what if women did that as well? We just start grading men by their size, their measurements. What if a woman got on social media and said, listen, everybody, I just told my husband that if he dares to gain weight, he gets a big belly, he gets soft. I'm out. I'm divorcing him. I mean, oh my God. I have standards. I have preferences. I don't want to be with an unhealthy man. And here's something that shouldn't surprise anyone. Because if a woman were to post something like this, people would come for her, men and women. I mean, pitchfork and torches come for her. Because when comments like that are directed at men, even when they're true, it's still considered wrong. Because it seems like it's perfectly fine and acceptable, even encouraged, for men to do exactly that. Him and his bros, and even other women, which is even more disgusting. To join in and pick apart a woman about her weight and her appearance. Women are told, we are literally told, we should not be saying anything about size mattering, out loud, because it hurts a man's feelings or could embarrass him. Because women are expected to protect men's tender feelings and insecurities. And it's considered crass or rude for women to talk about this at all with anyone. But I'd really like to know, where's this same concern when women's bodies are picked apart every single day? Some people have no problem telling a woman how fat she is, or that she's too skinny, too flat, too curvy, too tall, too short, too old, too masculine, too whatever. But the universal issue is always a woman's weight, her size. And when women acknowledge that they also have physical preferences when it comes to men's bodies, well, we're called all kinds of names, aren't we? We're told that women shouldn't be so shallow, so cold, uncaring about a man's feelings. Come on. Who are you? If you dare to critique a man in his body the same way he dares to critique a woman's body? Shameful. Just shameful. So, what is this whole protecting men's feelings thing all about? Why is this considered so essential? While protecting a woman's feelings and her dignity is so often treated as unimportant. Doesn't factor into the equation at all. Either we're all expected to be kind and respectful when we're discussing someone's body, which, by the way, we should not be discussing anybody's body ever. Like, how gross. Stop it. Or none of us should expect special protection from the very standards they are so comfortable applying to everybody else. Because, reciprocity, that works both ways. And let's not pretend that this conversation has anything to do about a woman's health. Because one of the biggest myths that we've been sold is that a woman, when she gains weight, well, that means she's unhealthy. And that simply isn't true. Women's bodies are not static. Our bodies are designed to change throughout all the phases of our lives. Because our weight can change because of pregnancy, postpartum recovery, breastfeeding, perimenopause, menopause, just overall hormonal fluctuations. Oh my gosh, and don't even get me started on, stress, depression, anxiety, certain medications. And none of those things really mean a woman is unhealthy. Because in fact, you can be very physically active, have a really healthy blood pressure number, excellent cholesterol, normal blood sugar levels, and you're still not going to fit society's very narrow definition of thin, because health is really complex. And the number on the scale tells you very little about a person's cardiovascular fitness, strength, their nutrition, just their overall well-being. But women are constantly judged as though body size alone tells their entire story. I mean, just think about the message that sends. That a woman survives pregnancy, gives birth, raises children, works full-time, manages a household, amongst, the myriad of other thousands of things that she has to take care of every single day, and everybody that she has to take care of. But she's supposed to look like she's 21 forever, as if the life that she's lived should leave absolutely no evidence on her body at all. And that's not realistic. It's really crazy unfair. And notice how selective these expectations can be, because, as we know, gray hair on men, that's distinguished. And gray hair on women, she needs to hide it or color it. And when a man puts on some pounds, he's got the dad bod. And a woman puts on some pounds and she really let herself go. Why do we assume a woman's body exists to remain visually pleasing forever instead of recognizing that it reflects a lifetime of living? Many women spend years trying to become smaller, but their lives keep getting bigger. They're building careers, raising families, starting businesses, and supporting everyone around them. We are growing wiser and stronger, and these accomplishments don't lose value or disappear because the number on the scale changes. That's exactly the message that women get each and every day. And reducing an entire human being to the shape of her body says far more about the person doing the judging than it does about the woman being judged. And women need to start holding men accountable and holding them to the exact same standards that they're being expected to hold. A lot of women are. Are you? Could you? It just seems like nobody wants to tell men they're unhealthy because they've gained weight and their belly starts getting noticeably bigger. I mean, where's the criticism of all the male actors or entertainers too? I mean, I was talking with Ginger earlier today about this, and we named off at least 6 men that are really overweight. But yet no one dares to call them fat, obese, or unhealthy. Women don't just carry the weight of their bodies, they carry the weight of everyone else's expectations for them. And that's absolutely ridiculous because the standards are impossible. And here's the burning question. This is the question that I really want to know. Ladies, what exactly is the reward anyway? Suppose you do everything right. You stay thin, you work out, you get super fit, you eat perfectly healthy, you spend thousands on skincare, you color your hair, makeup, dress well. You look like you haven't aged a day. you become everything society says you're supposed to become. Okay, now what? Now what? Does this suddenly make you immune from any and all hurt and betrayal? No. Beautiful women get cheated on. Beautiful women get abused, abandoned. And beautiful women are often victims of violence. So being beautiful has never been a guarantee of being respected. And being a certain size has never guaranteed you love and respect from a man either, or commitment or loyalty. So what exactly is this grand prize that women are supposed to get? What do we earn for all of our pain and suffering? Because from where I'm sitting, women are working incredibly hard to meet standards that don't actually protect them or guarantee them anything. The good news is, though, is that women aren't buying into this crap anymore. Something is changing. There are a lot of women that I'm seeing that are just questioning these impossible beauty standards. They're questioning, who created these standards and who really benefits from them. I mean, we all know who benefits from them, really. For generations, women have been taught that our greatest asset is our appearance. That's it. Gotta be thinner, gotta be younger, smile more, be agreeable, be beautiful. Because beauty was often tied to security, social status, acceptance. Millions of women have something previous generations just didn't have. They didn't have this. What we have now, we have choice. Because women, we earn our own money. And we choose whether or not we want to marry. We get to choose whether or not we want to have children. And yeah, we get to leave those unhealthy relationships. And that changes the psychology completely, because women are asking, why am I working so dang hard to meet these standards that aren't even reciprocal? And women are just not supposed to expect anything. That's a powerful shift, because women are realizing that they're not products on a shelf competing to be a pick-me-sha, to be chosen. Because now the question isn't, will he choose me? It's, will I choose him? Not everyone likes that shift. And you know who I mean. The guys aren't going to like that shift, that we actually have preferences. Some people are really uncomfortable when women expect guys to earn a woman's approval. Healthy relationships aren't built on one person constantly proving their worth. They're built on mutual respect, mutual attraction, mutual effort, accountability. And here's another psychological shift. Women are beginning to recognize that self-worth and external validation are two very different things. Women are finally saying, hey, if you expect me to bring beauty, kindness, emotional intelligence, ambition, loyalty, and effort to a relationship, buddy, that is exactly what you need to be bringing to the table. Because most women really do enjoy feeling attractive, feeling and being healthy. We enjoy being well-dressed. We take care of ourselves. We feel confident. Many women are no longer believing that they exist now, though, to satisfy the standards of people imposing them to have no intention of meeting themselves. Because respect isn't asking someone to become everything you're never expecting yourself to be. And I think that's why this conversation is making so many people uncomfortable. Because many women have decided high standards and preferences go both ways. So if you're one of those people out there asking for grace, then you better be prepared to provide that same grace to others in kind and respect a woman's preferences. We want guys that are attractive to us, that we feel are compatible for us. In all the shapes and sizes and heights and physical fitness and health, all those things too. We have standards, we have preferences. We want that too. And we're not going to be ashamed or embarrassed to say it. If this episode made you think, maybe made you cheer a little, or maybe even made you a little uncomfortable, that's good. Conversations that challenge double standards usually do. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to follow, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who you think might really enjoy it. Every share helps us reach more people and keeps these conversations going. And we want to hear from you. Share your story with us. We genuinely appreciate your perspectives and experiences. And who knows, maybe your story may inspire a future episode. So until next time, take care and don't accept those double standards.
We really appreciate you hanging out with the two scrappy chicks today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, download, and share it with a friend. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, just let us know.